All right, welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live here on SABC2 and SABC News Channel 404. Leanne is still out in Nkomazi, that's in the Mpumalanga province, as part of our Morning Live road shows, and she is standing by. It's over to you, Leanne.
Coming to you live from Mpumalanga this morning, and the site of our broadcast, of course, Mbuzini, and it is a great pleasure to be here as we start to wrap up our election tour around South Africa. We've now done all 9 provinces, and this is the final one on the leg. Just a very quick side note before I actually move into the interview here. I think it's of vital importance that we just pay tribute. I know we've spoken about it, but the untimely death of Gugu Zulu, who unfortunately passed away yesterday while summiting Mount Kilimanjaro. It's quite difficult to have been a part of the team of the year before and having to just experience some of the emotions that you do go through on that mountain. And I can only imagine what the team is going through right now. I believe that some of them didn't even know that Gugu had passed away until they got back down to the last camp, and it was then told what had happened. So our strength, our thoughts, our wishes are with the rest of the climbers, but most importantly with Letseho as well. That, of course, is Gugu's wife, who came down with him and is now, of course, in Tanzania as they prepare to bring the body back home. So great sympathies and much sadness from everybody that has any involvement with the Caring for Girls initiative, with the Nelson Mandela Foundation, and of course with the family of Gugu Zulu. All right, let's again focus on some issues at hand here. And I must say, quite an emotional venue we're broadcasting to you from this morning. This is the Samora Machel Monument. This, of course, was erected. And behind us, we've got these poles here that I think you saw them on one of the wide shots that basically represent the lives that were lost in that plane crash. The monument comprises of 35 steel tubes symbolizing the number of those lives lost in that air crash. At least 8 foreigners were killed, including 4 Soviet crew members, Michelle's 2 Cuban doctors, and the Zambian and Zairian ambassadors to Mozambique. And this, of course, memorial set up here. When you hear the wind howling in this area, it actually does make a noise through these pipes, and it almost howls as you do stand here. It's a very, very eerie sound and feeling to be around. Also, remnants of the plane can also be found here when you do visit the area. And that, I think, is what this is all about, is not only to pay reference and memory to Samora Machel, the late Samora Machel. It's also to try and encourage people to come here, visit the area, and also bring in much needed jobs and work for the community. So let's now talk about the community and find out what life is like in this municipality and in this village as well. So here to talk to me about it is Makhosazane Mawelela. She is a community member, and I beg your pardon, it's Makhosazane, and she's a community member, and she's also from the local AIDS council. It's good to have you here on Morning Live. Thanks so much for being our guest.
Thank you.
All right, so this place that we were broadcasting from, Mbuzini, it looks beautiful. It's got a lovely feeling when you look around it. But to live here, what's it like? What are your lives like here?
Well, life in Nkomazi is very good, more special for people who are used in staying in such a place, because in most villages it's rural and, we are living that traditional life. So that's life in Nkomazi. Most people, we are enjoying being here. It's unlike in other provinces, like when you travel from here to other provinces, you find it difficult to adapt the life there. But then when you are in Nkomazi, it's a hot place where you can find everything. We cultivate everything. We have everything here in Nkomazi. So it's a very nice place. I enjoy staying here since I was born here.
Yeah. We talk about some of the issues that face the area and that face the community. We know that there is about a population of 400,000 in Nkomazi, in the municipality. And one thing that stands out for me, and I'd like to talk about it just as one issue, is education. I'm reading that 6.7% of the population, only 6.7%, have higher education, while 25% have absolutely no schooling at all. Talk to me about the youth in this area. I mean, is that a true reflection? Is that one of your major problems? Is education?
Yeah, it is a major problem. The problem is that, in schools, we are having programs whereby we are educating the educators about how they can do best in order to achieve, to have a bright future. But then the problem here in Nkomazi is that most of young people, they are engaging themselves into sexual activities because, you will go to schools and you will find that there's a large number of girls who are pregnant in such schools. So I think that's where the dropout starts because, when there are girls who are pregnant, obviously they can't go back to school. They will have dropouts. So that's where the problem is. It's that I don't know whether we lack information or what, but then that's the problem. Yeah.
How prominent is AIDS here in this area and HIV infections?
Well, before it was very high. We have a very high prevalence of HIV and AIDS up until we had the programs whereby LAC started then to intervene more, whereby they were then conducting the sessions in the communities, sensitizing the communities about HIV. So from there it dropped because from 2012 it was high, but then now it has dropped.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Makhosazane, I'm going to chat to you off air a little bit just to get a little bit of a better understanding about the community. But thank you so much for your time and giving us just that inside info from a community member's point of view. Makhosazane Mawelela, she is a community member and she's also from the local AIDS council here in Mpumalanga in the local municipality of Nkomazi. Let's take a break here on the program. We'll have more after this. Stay tuned.